السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ومن يضلل له فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تسألون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يغفر لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن خير الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. All praise to Allah. We seek His aid and His assistance and ask His forgiveness, and we seek refuge in Allah from the evil of our own souls and from the evil of our actions. Whomsoever Allah guides, none will be able to mislead him. Wherever He leads astray, nobody can guide him. I testify that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, alone without partner, and that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His slave and His messenger. O you who believe, fear Allah by doing all that He has ordered, by abstaining from all that He has forbidden, as He should be feared. Obey Him, be thankful to Him, and remember Him always. And do not die except in a state of Islam as Muslims with complete submission to Allah. O mankind, be dutiful to your Lord, who created you from a single person, and from him He created his wife, and from them both He created many men and women. And fear Allah whom you demand you make your right, and do not cut the relations of the ones. Surely Allah is ever all watcher over you. O you who believe, keep your duty to Allah and fear Him, and speak always with truth. He will direct you to do righteous good deeds, and will forgive you your sins. And whomsoever obeys Allah and His Messenger, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he has indeed achieved a great achievement. He will be safe in the hellfire and made to enter paradise. Indeed, the best speech is the speech of Allah, and the best guidance is the guidance of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the worst of matters are those innovated by the people. And every innovated matter is a bid'ah, and every bid'ah is a stray, and every stray is in the fire. So today's Khutba is going to be about natural disasters. This topic was prepared by Sheikh Abdullah, and it's been revisited. The topic has been chosen due to the recent COVID-19 pandemic and the flood in Fort McMurray that happened a couple weeks natural disaster? A natural disaster is a disaster that Allah used to punish the wayward or the evildoers. Natural disasters come in different forms. For example, in the year 2005, a strong heat wave hit France, and thousands of people died in France. It was so bad over there that some people were abandoning their parents on the streets because some people could not afford to bury their parents. So this is an example of a natural disaster. The heat wave is the reason. The heat wave is the reason why you had this problem, right? So basically, what happened with the heat wave is hellfire complained to Allah about the heat, and Allah allowed the hellfire 2 breaths of cold, which is a wind, and people die as a result, and the breath of hot air, which is the summertime, and that is the heat that you feel. Another disaster is the freezing cold. There was an European country with homeless people. When their winter came, it killed a lot of homeless people in countries such as Bulgaria, Romania, and Ukraine. Some of their governments were saying that this natural disaster had solved the homeless issue in their country. Freezing cold is another example of natural disaster. Another example is the drought. So when the rain does not come, it is a natural disaster. Sometimes the television will show you images of young African children with big bellies and flies flying over them, and pictures of animals that died. That is because the rain did not come. The crops cannot grow because of lack of rain. The Prophet ﷺ said that when people do not pay zakat, zakat means charity, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala withholds the rain. Had it not been for the animals, Allah wouldn't even send the rain. That is the reason why the natural disaster comes. When people don't pay zakat, zakat means charity, Allah will hold the rain. So that's why it's important to give charity. And this is the month of Ramadan, and the Prophet ﷺ used to give a lot of charity. So I advise you guys, do not withhold your money. Give as much charity as you can. Give as much as you can. It was narrated that Abdullah bin Omar said, the Messenger of Allah ﷺ turned to us and said, O Muhajirun, there are 5 things with which you will be tested, and I seek refuge with Allah lest you live to see them. Immorality never appears amongst the people to such an extent that they commit it openly, but plagues and diseases that were never known amongst the predecessors will spread amongst them. They do not cheat in weight and measures, but they will be stricken with famine, severe calamity, and the oppression of rulers. They do not withhold the zakat of their wealth, but rain will be withheld from the sky, and were not for the animals, no rain would fall on them. Allah will enable their enemies to overpower them and take some of what is in their hands, unless their leaders rule according to the Book of Allah and seek all good from that which Allah has revealed. Allah will cause them to fight one another. This is from Sunan Ibn Majah, number 4019, book 36, hadith 94. So, when you refuse to implement the laws of Allah, the Sharia, right, Allah will send against you an enemy who will fight you and seize your possession, like how the disbelievers invaded Iraq and steal their oil. Why? Because they did not implement the law of God, the Sharia. And the disbelievers, they invaded Iraq and steal the oil. So these are the cause of natural disasters given to you in the hadith of the Bigambal. So for you to suffer drought is another type of natural disaster. Another type of natural disaster is a hurricane. In August 2005, witnessed Hurricane Katrina. Hurricane Katrina was a Category 5 tropical cyclone that occurred in August 2005, which caused $125 billion in damages, particularly in the city of New Orleans and the surrounding areas, and over 1,200 deaths. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only superpower, and that's why we say La wala quwwata illa billah, meaning there is no power, no strength except in Allah, Allah the Great. This expression is mentioned by a Muslim whenever seized by calamity or in a situation beyond their control. The disbelievers invaded Iraq with a pack of lies and killed millions of people, raped women, and stole their oil and degraded masajids. So, because of these tragedies that took place in Iraq, Allah struck them down with Hurricane Katrina back in August 2005. The unbelievers were not able to see that this was a punishment from Allah back then. They will refuse to admit that this is a punishment from Allah because of their pride and arrogance. Another type of natural disaster is flood. And this is a type of natural disaster. This type of natural disaster is what took place in Fort McMurray a few weeks ago in northern Alberta, Canada. To have hundreds and thousands of homes and flooded with water, you end up losing everything. The whole city was submerged into water. Some of the biggest oil companies that are located in Fort McMurray are companies such as Suncor Energy, Esso, and Kincrude. On May 1st, 2016, a wildfire began southwest of Fort McMurray. It swept through the community, forcing the largest wildlife evacuation in Alberta's history. So we need to understand that whenever immorality spreads in a city or a land, Allah will send a punishment like a fire or a flood so that they can stop with their immorality. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. So, my dear brothers, sisters in Islam, we need to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we need to advise our peers to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because we don't know what the outcome of this coronavirus will take. You know, there's so much going on right now in the world. Every single day, people are dying from coronavirus. And alhamdulillah, we have the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ that we need to follow when it comes to medicine. So we know that the Prophet ﷺ, he said that to use the black seed, as the black seed is the cure of all diseases except death. So if you feel sick and you don't know what to do, just use the black seed and mix it with honey. A lot of imams, I find, they have not been able to educate the Muslims when it comes to using the medicine of the Prophet ﷺ. But there is a book that you can download online, or you can even buy it at an Islamic store. It's called The Medicine of the Prophet ﷺ. I will strongly advise you to get this book. I don't have this book myself, but I would like to also get this book. This book has a lot of medicine that will be very beneficial for us if we end up falling sick and things like that. A lot of the people who are dying from this coronavirus are the unbelievers, and the unbelievers they don't have no knowledge of the herbal medicine and things like that. Especially the medicine of the Prophet ﷺ. So as Muslims, we need to make sure that we have a knowledge and understanding of the medicine of the Prophet ﷺ, and that we need to use that more often. And that will, by the will of Allah, cure us from a lot of diseases, a lot of viruses. We need to make sure that our immune system stays strong. It is highly important that we should exercise often and take a lot of vitamin C. The vitamin C will make our immune system strong, and we also need to take the black seed. You can buy the oil, you can buy the seed, and mix it with honey, pure honey, and by the will of Allah, that's going to cure us from a lot of diseases and strengthen our immune system. We need to make sure that our immune system remains strong. That is very important. Okay? ربنا أتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك